Roy. What a pleasure it is to be. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Havoc scores. He threw a punch and just got countered. They exchange punches. Didn't land that jab. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
They stop the hook there. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The courage on display here is incredible. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How did they survive that?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Can't score with that hook again. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. He threw a punch and just got countered. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here. On to the second round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They're both trying for a knockout. Counter punching. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
That hook just can't find the target. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A perfect counter shot. That jab won't score. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. That was the moment.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot. clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Here's a counter shot. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Good counter punching. So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round.
That's his.
On to the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Straight right just misses. Looking to land the hook. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Looking to land the hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Good counter punching. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Back at it in round 4. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on there. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That counter shot lands. Talk about punches in bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Only catching air with that hook. Catch and shoot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. There's a counter shot. That counter punch caught Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
You gotta get out there and switch.
On to the fifth we go. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Think of holding on here for a minute. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter. The straight right just misses. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
And he scores with the counter. Incredible work rate. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
A big whiff with the right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything.
Let's start the sixth. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch caught him clean. They both want a knockout, you can tell. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. That counter shot lands. Those counter punches have to hurt. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Beautiful counter shot. The straight right just misses. Lucky that hook didn't score. Hook misses. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work.
You don't want to lose this fight.
There's the bell to start round 7. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Beautiful counter shot. How about that time counter shot? One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look like these guys are...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Walk away from each other. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. And I can't believe that it's ended this way.
I was getting a little anxious there. This is a career-ending fight.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded who won and who lost.